On April 20th, 2010, the Deepwater Horizon disaster changed the lives of millions living near the Gulf of Mexico, as well as the scientists who responded to the crisis. These are some of their stories, intimate portraits of research, innovation, discovery. Welcome, I'm Jim McNamee, editor of Dispatches from the Gulf, a series of documentaries, short videos, and podcasts. Today we hear from Dr. Scott Socolofsky, professor of ocean engineering at Texas A&M University. He will tell us an amazing story about the whale who fell in love with a robot. But first, Dr. Socolofsky will tell us about the path that took him to studying Deepwater Horizon oil in the depths of the Gulf of Mexico.
I come from a long line of engineers, and from a very young age I just knew I wanted to be an engineer, but I didn't know exactly what that was. I also loved water, swimming in the water, playing in the water, watching water, anything to do with water. So when I lived in Denver, Colorado, listening to the classical music station, actually, there were advertisements always for water engineers. And as a student in high school, I sent them my resume and said, I'd love to work for you in the summer as an intern. And the president said, I've got to meet whatever kind of high school student thinks he can get a job from me. And I interviewed there. They needed someone to be in the copy room, so I worked there over the summer. Over the next 6 years through high school and college, I worked there every summer.
Dr. Socolofsky went on to MIT to study fluid dynamics. In particular, he looked at the mixing dynamics of oil and water in the context of a deepwater oil spill.
If you've ever seen vinaigrette salad dressing, before you shake it up, there's oil and water separated. The oil and gas coming out of a deepwater blowout does not mix. It stays as bubbles and droplets. So we call that a multi-phase flow. My research looks at oil and gas plumes and tries to understand what their dynamics are like. I found myself in the mid-2000s as a young professor with a lot of knowledge about blowouts, but no one interested to know about that. So that was disappointing, but I plugged along, and really at about 2009, 2010, I was starting to think I need to get into a new topic because multi-phase flow is really not a very interesting subject at that moment to the funding agencies. And shortly after that, with the Deepwater Horizon blowout, there's been a renewed interest in multi-phase flow, specifically related to blowout research.
Dr. Socolofsky's work also gave him an interesting perspective on the importance of science in society.
I think that the role of science is to understand the fundamental behavior of natural systems, such as the ocean. So when you have a blowout, then when the oil and gas get into the water, we can make predictions about questions that people want to know the answers to. And it's the role of policymakers to be educated by that science and then make decisions based on that.
Now comes the love affair part of Dr. Socolofsky's story.
On my last research cruise, we had an unexpected visitor. This was the sperm whale that visited the ROV while we were down measuring in the Gulf of Mexico. My voice is the first voice you hear. We're going to take a super sample at all of those holes. You hear me directing the ROV operations.
Yeah. The super sampler is...
Yes.
What the heck is that?
Oh my god. Oh my goodness, what is that?
Guys,
Oh!
We need to move the
That
camera.
thing is awesome.
Pretty quickly we realized that something unusual was happening. As someone says, "What's that?" And then I saw out of the corner of the ROV screen the large piece of something go by. We didn't know for sure what it was.
It's a sperm whale.
It's a sperm whale.
He's gonna bump you.
No, he's
It's a
bumping
sperm
us.
whale.
No,
We have a
he's
sperm
swimming
whale.
underneath me. It's okay. Zoom out on our
Wow.
Awesome.
Oh, wow.
We're 580 meters below the sea surface, over 300 meters off the sea bottom. The sperm whale was moving down and around the ROV doing like a pirouetting type motion where apparently they send out sounds and then they reorient themselves, listen to the echoes.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Holy cow.
Wow.
He's gonna look at you now. There he is. You can see the eye.
Does
See the
this
eye?
count
Yeah,
as a
I see the
selfie?
eye.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
view.
Just trying to figure us
Incredible.
out. Yeah, this is amazing.
Twirling. He's twirling, coming
Okay.
around.
Yeah, I'll twirl
He's
it.
checking out the bottom.
It looks fake.
He's looking at us.
Wonderful how you can see the mouth, yeah, the jaw, the lower
Those are
jaw.
the fins. Look at
Oh
that
my
shot.
goodness.
Okay, I think
Especially
he moved
the
away.
M3.
Yeah, it looks like he lost interest
moved
in
on.
us.
We need
All
to
right,
buy
everyone take a deep breath.
What an exciting few minutes.
Wow.
And lo and behold, I'm pretty sure after that he just swam off. So that was a very exciting adventure there while we were at sea.
Today, thousands of scientists, oceanographers, chemists, engineers, biologists are all working together to develop newer and better ways to understand and ease the impact of oil spills. To learn more about their work, visit our webpage at dispatchesfromthegulf.com. Audio from the Nautilus expedition, courtesy of Ocean Exploration Trust and the Gulf of Mexico Integrated Spill Response Consortium. Funding for this podcast was provided by a grant by the Gulf of Mexico Research Initiative. And thanks for listening.